All right, guys, listen, I'm wearing a Mont Blanc, okay? So I wasn't too pumped on that Apple smartwatch coming into the year. But I got to tell you something. I was getting a little hyped up because it was starting to sound real cool. Well, as it turns out, a lot of those bells and whistles, they won't be on the first version. Apparently, the company, if you're out there, you're going to have to wait for the blood pressure thing, the heart activity thing, and the stress levels, and we can blame hairy people in part for that. Still, though, the street's looking for 8 million of these watches to be shipped in the first 3 months, as many as 18 million in the first year. So Matthew Tuttle, upon further review, should investors start to lower their expectations, maybe even consider selling Apple here?
No, and I'm not a bear on everything. We own Apple in our stock strategy. And, you can't ignore the momentum of that stock. And Apple's a weird company where it's part hype, part substance. I've got 3 kids. I got a house full of Apple products. I would only consider selling that stock when they don't want Apple products anymore.
I didn't really think the smartwatch thing was built into the stock that much, but apparently it is more than I thought. This news didn't derail it, though, Dani. I was a little surprised.
No, you cannot stop Apple right now. And, the NASDAQ's almost at 5,000, Charles. We're 100 points away from 5,000, and that has a lot to do with Apple. I own it, and you almost have to own it just because it's been such a bellwether over this time.
I love the company, but I'm not buying that watch until they can bling it out.
Come on now. They have a bling.
Till then, I'm not buying it. I will say, I thought the watch wasn't going to be a big deal at all. I thought, why would you want to watch? But the more and more I think about it, I think it's going to be a huge player for the company going forward.
It has become such an important part of the market, though, and not only is it leading the market, but I'm starting to feel like it's leading tech in general.
Well, I think originally people sort of downplayed the watch when it was announced. You're seeing as people think it through that what you get on your handheld device, a lot of it's going to go to the watch, and this is like the first automobile that was ever produced. What they're introducing now, it's going to gain increasing capability and change our lives just the way like the iPhone did.
I'm still more excited, though, about the Apple Pay. I'm telling you right now, NXPI is a stock that I like. Is there any other stock, if someone says, okay, I feel like I missed Apple, is there any stock that someone could play based on the smartwatch and Apple Pay and some of these other things, or stick with Apple? Don't get too cute.
I'm sticking with Apple. I like the fact that it's, I'm a very long-term player. I like the fact that it's paying dividends. They're buying back their stock. I believe that I think there's other technology companies that you can own, but that's going to do what that Apple has done for me. I don't see any right now.
All right, let's leave it there, guys.